Uh, Another example, but maybe not an example. So, because first of all, I would say during the book launch, you remember I said it was an answered prayer. It was an answer to my prayer.
It's something I'm not going to forget my entire life. Yes.
Now, I'll tell you another thing.
Yes.
So I've been really struggling to figure out my service offering. So as a result of my initial thinking, as a result of reading this book, so I resolved that I was going to launch my company, which is going to be a solution. I'm working on building a solution that's going to offer SMEs a blend of cybersecurity and business analysis without it being too expensive, without it being too technical, right? So having this at the back of my mind, it gives me an opportunity to not just take business analysis and offer it as a solution, not just take cybersecurity and offer it as a solution, but a blend of both of them, right? Yeah. Which is the application that I'm looking to offer my clients, by the time we kick off. And another application of the things I've learned is there is a part that talks about bias.
Yeah.
There's a lot of notes here. I'm not sure I can find that page right now, but there's a part that talks about bias of risk or risk of bias, something like that. Now, my takeaway from that part as well is to find a different way to negotiate with potential clients and understanding what their biases might be. So that, because the good thing about this book is you actually explained how to mitigate those biases, and I'm able to pick one or two things that I could use when talking to a potential client. Some of them might have maybe, I can't remember the biases, but I can explain some part of it that stuck with me. For example, they think they know. I think it's overconfidence or something like that. They think they know, and they just don't want to hear anything from you, especially if you're a startup, if you're a new business. They don't want to hear, they think you don't know anything. They think they know everything more than you, But the book has explained a way that I can mitigate that and different other biases that I would come across. And I'm sure that the solution in this book will come in handy in helping me. Another application is the part that talks about the Von Som's 12 dimensions of information security. So what really stood out for me here was because the book is about cybersecurity. And here it's talking about information security. So I tried to isolate the distinction, which is what I hope that every reader of this book will be able to appreciate. That you talked about cybersecurity, you talked about information security, and those are like the two pillars of security, quote unquote. But I like the fact that you mentioned it. So it also spurred my curiosity. So how do I differentiate? Of course, I know the difference between cybersecurity and information security, but in terms of application, how do you talk about it to a client, to a colleague, or to a senior management member? So breaking down all of this 12 dimensions of information security, I think that part stuck with me as well. And it also enlightened me on some things that I thought I knew, but then the nuances that I was able to identify from this, I think it goes a long way. And I can keep going on and on about the different parts of the book that I've applied, that I plan to apply, but I think I will stop here for now.